Now, a mosh pit at a Weezer concert is different than other mosh pits, right? A mosh pit at a Weezer concert is basically nerds bumping into each other and apologizing.
You may have seen him on Comedy Central or in his Netflix special, Warn Your Relatives. He is also a writer and podcaster, and he also made a documentary that got a lot of attention fairly recently, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. But first, he is going to be at the Comedy Attic in Bloomington starting tonight. Harry Kondabolu is with us today, and we want to talk a little bit about what you're doing. We read that when you were in college, you wanted to do comedy to change the way people saw you.
Oh, is that what? No, I didn't want to do that.
Oh, correct me then.
I wanted to do comedy because I loved comedy, and I did like the fact that being in college in Maine, growing up in Queens, New York, I wanted, being in a really diverse place to a less diverse place, I wanted to be able to control, how people saw South Asians, or how people, because when you walk around and you're in Maine, it's like, you're it. You're the one everyone's going to look at, and I wanted, if they're going to look at me, I wanted to control how they saw me. Absolutely.
Well, speaking of that, you created a documentary that kind of touched on that. There is a lack of Indian people in media, and really the only person a lot of people know of is Apu from The Simpsons. You created that documentary. It got a lot of reaction from folks.
Yeah, death threats, a lot of death threats. It's been kind of weird because it's a cartoon character, and I think, I just wanted to make a point about 20 plus years ago, this is the only representation we had. Now it's a much more diverse palette. We have so many more South Asians in the media, but back then, how come it was so terrible, and how come this was the choice we had? So, I thought it was a thoughtful documentary, and people who saw it liked it. The people who didn't see it hated it, and I think that's how this kind of stuff works now. So.
All right. Well, hopefully people come out and see you tonight at the Comedy Attic in Bloomington. Talk a little bit about what people can expect with your shows.
Sure. I mean, I think people know me for talking about politically charged issues, and certainly there's going to be a degree of that there, but I want to be more personal, so this has a lot more personal aspects. I talk about depression, I talk about family, I talk about relationships and stuff I haven't really explored so much in the past, but certainly it's going to be personal in addition to having that political tinge.
Okay, sounds like you should come have a glass of wine with me and my girlfriends then. No, how long are you going to be at the Comedy Attic?
I will be at the Comedy Attic Thursday through Saturday, 5 shows.
All right, fantastic. Hari, thank you so much. All the info for tickets at the bottom of your screen right now. We'll be right back after this commercial break.